I don't know whether we can give adverse weather events credit to climate and climate change. Pat, I'm all about doing things that help our globe, our society, our people, and improve lives of the world. So I'm not going to proclaim to be a scientist like most of my friends do on Facebook when it comes to climate change. But what I will say is that I do like to see companies that are making big investments in trying to be the difference makers and trying to improve the quality of our air and trying to improve the footprint, the carbon footprint that they leave behind. And so Amazon, as many of you are aware, has been very busy and active with what it calls its global climate pledge, or the climate pledge. And it's working with a group called Global Optimism. And so the idea of this pledge is really to accelerate the pace of which carbon emissions will be neutralized. And so just as a quick thing, everybody that's part of this pledge agrees to three things. One is to measure and report greenhouse gas emissions on a regular basis. Two is to implement decarbonization strategies in line with the Paris Agreement through real business changes and innovations. And there's more to it than that, but I'll leave it at that. And then three is neutralize remaining emissions with additional quantifiable, real, permanent, and socially beneficial offsets to achieve net zero. Whew, that was a lot in one breath. But the
Good job, man.
thing about this is the Paris Agreement was all about 2050. This pledge is all about 2040. And so over the past several months, we've seen Amazon releasing just different companies that have been getting involved. And that was really what happened this week. Is it wasn't any major changes foundationally, but another 20 major global companies around the world decided to get involved. And probably the one that caught my attention, there were some new ones like Johnson Controls joined, but was IBM. So IBM following Microsoft. And it's always, Pat, really interesting to me when multiple companies that are competing are willing to work together on something. And with what's going on this past week, with Texas freezing over, with all the talk about what is climate change and what isn't, and by the way, just the political landscape of our past, 20 years, it is really just great to see when people can agree on something. And I think doing good for the earth and trying to help make quality of life better for everybody is something that even the biggest companies can agree upon. So kudos to Amazon, kudos to the newest 20 companies that are pledging to participate in this effort.
Daniel, what else am I going to say?
Nothing, but I got to leave the ball in the air. I got to let you.
Here's what I do want to add is, and some people are sometimes forgetting this, Amazon actually is pledging to hit the Paris Accord numbers 10 years early. And that's what this group is all about. You might be wondering, why the heck do we need, why does Amazon need to start something new? Is they're actually getting ahead of it by a decade. And I think that is kudos to Amazon.